Hey guys, now that we're just about to September, we want to start thinking about overseeding our lawns. And there's a lot of things to think about. If you have Bermuda, it is something that you can do. If you have one of the other varieties like Zoysia or St. Augustine, I highly don't recommend it. It's just that type of turf is doesn't receive overseeding very well. But we're talking about Bermuda, and there are a few things that we need to think about right now because the time to overseed is normally beginning to September, depending on the weather, through about mid to sometimes you can get away with late September, but September is the month to overseed. And when I'm talking about overseed, I'm talking about one variety mainly, and that is perennial ryegrass. I do see some people out there that will use like an annual ryegrass. You don't want to do that. You get a real thick stalk. It grows, I mean, it can grow a couple inches a day, and you're mowing it all the time. Perennial is going to be a smaller plant. It's what a lot of the golf courses use. You can use a couple other varieties like Poatriv, but perennial ryegrass is going to be your most cost effective, and it's going to be the best one to work with. But what you need to think about is here in September, it's also time to pre-emerge for the winter, and pre-emerge will also prevent your overseeding from living. It'll germinate, and then the pre-emerge will kill it off real quick. So if you're gonna pre-emerge, you don't want to overseed right afterwards because your seed will not come in. Really, I don't recommend overseeding. Period. It's best just to let your Bermuda go dormant through the winter and let it be brown. As long as you're on a weed control program, it'll look nice. You won't have any green throughout the winter. What happens is in the springtime, when the weather starts warming up, the ryegrass actually enjoys the warmer weather. It just doesn't like it when it's real hot. So when we're in the 70s for the high and 50s for the low, or even the 60s for the low, ryegrass is loving it. But at that same time, Bermuda is coming out of dormancy. So what you have is competition between the two turf varieties. Well, ryegrass is a little bit faster growing, so it's actually going to outcompete the Bermuda in the beginning. Once we get hot, the Bermuda will actually die off and slow down on growing, so the Bermuda will win. But what you lose is in the springtime, the Bermuda's time to really get going and start growing, fill in any damaged areas from the wintertime. You lose that. And a lot of times if we go in May from the 60s or 70s 80s for the high and jump real quick up in the upper 90s, that ryegrass will take off and die out real fast, and you're left with a lot of holes and open areas in your Bermuda. So it can look real unsightly. And also, if you overseed, then you need to be mowing pretty much weekly, and you have to make sure you stay up on your watering throughout the winter. And there are disease issues with ryegrass, so you've got a couple other things. I will show you some seed here, and this is you want to make sure you're buying a quality seed that doesn't have a lot of weed seeds in it. You can look at the label. So things that you buy at Lowe's or Home Depot, probably wouldn't recommend. You want to go with a quality brand, and normally they come in the 50-pound bags, because you are going to want to go at, depending on the way your turf is, the health of it, that 10 to 20 pounds per thousand is the application rate. And when you put it down, you are going to scalp your Bermuda down and remove as much of the leaf material as possible. What we're trying to do is get the seed to actually land on the soil. We want that seed to soil contact, and that will get us the best germination rate. And then on watering, we want to keep that moist until it starts kind of getting established, which ryegrass will germinate between 3 and 7 days normally, and it's actually pretty quick. So we want to, the first few days you're going to be watering, a couple times during the day, but it may only need a water for a couple minutes at a time. We just want to keep that very top layer wet so the seed doesn't dry out, because it's real important when the seed first emerges that it does not dry out. It needs that moisture right there. The root will go down pretty quick, and then it'll be established. After a couple weeks, your ryegrass is going to be growing. Normally, whenever it's time to mow it for the first time, you can mow it. You just want to make sure you have nice sharp blades for it to cut and not pull. But if under my recommendation is there's no reason to do it. It is it does cost money. Seed it's not the cheapest thing to purchase these days. And then you have the water and then the maintenance on top of it and fertilizing as well. So don't recommend it, mainly because of the springtime, the transition battle between your Bermuda and the ryegrass. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and we'll get them answered for you. Thanks a lot.